Speaking of that snow, waking up this morning, looking out my window, it felt like a winter wonderland.
It really did. Did you measure this morning?
I stared at it. And I measured with my heart.
Good answer. I did not measure it, but I consider myself a professional right now. Someone told us,
yes, you
kind of eyeballed it. I'm like, that's a good inch.
Yeah.
Good inch, maybe an inch and a half.
I would agree. My heart and I would agree.
Well said. Yeah, and those the estimation I had, pretty accurate here because a couple of other communities outside of Louisville in particular did see a little bit more than that. Shelbyville, 2.5 inches of the snowfall. Ferdinand, Indiana, collecting 2.5 inches in Du Bois County. Leopold, Indiana, also collecting just under 2.5 inches, and the list goes on. Middletown on the east end of Jefferson County, just over 2 inches. Here's a couple of other reports. J-Town coming in at 1.9, and even Frankfort, Kentucky, clipping 1.8 inches of the fresh snow from the recent storm system. So again, some decent snowfall, as we normally should see our first inch of snow in late December. So we're kind of ahead of schedule as far as we're concerned with the snow so far this season. A quick look at a really gorgeous shot from Cherokee Park. This is over Beargrass Creek. This one submitted by John into our newsroom earlier on today. So some really gorgeous shots there of the snowfall, and it did make for a picturesque and very festive look to the sky to close out our Thanksgiving holiday weekend. And with that said, though, the snow is long gone. It's going to start to get real cold, though. Let me tell you, we're already watching a wave of more energy to the northwest of us. That's going to be the next chance for a couple of snow flurries during the day tomorrow. But for the next 12 to 18 hours, we are going to be dry as far as we're concerned in Kentucky. And 34 degrees, head start to our evening. We're going to be seeing the wind chill affected a little bit more by the wind outside. It does feel like we're in the middle to upper 20s right now. Bardstown 27, Bowman Field feels like we're at 25 right now. So quick heads up, if you are going to be out and about early or later on this evening, it is staying pretty darn cold outside. 26 in Shelbyville and 22 in Seymour. This is actually temperatures that we should normally see in late December and January, not quite in early December. We should normally be in the low 50s in the afternoon, and right now we're struggling to even get around freezing in some areas. 29 in Frankfort, 27 in Bedford. So it'll be a cold remainder of the evening and nighttime hours. Make sure you are winterizing your home as best you can. Make sure you run the water, as a lot of pipes could freeze or burst here in this cold. Now, quick heads up into the daytime hours tomorrow. Clouds will be increasing as we get into mid-morning tomorrow, as a weak wave will be bringing in a brief chance for a flurry getting into the midday and early to middle afternoon hours tomorrow. I do think if there's any kind of accumulation, it'll be in the form of just a dusting, maybe a couple of tenths of an inch south of the parkways. Otherwise, most of that flurry activity will be exiting us by about 10 o'clock tomorrow evening, setting up for a dry and rather cold night ahead of us tomorrow night, as temperatures tomorrow night will be colder than tonight. So tonight, 22 in Louisville. We're going to be seeing upper teens for the actual air temperature. Wind chills could be dipping into the lower teens into tomorrow morning. So our Monday will be a cold one. Grab the mitten stepping out the door for work. And high temperatures tomorrow only making the way into the low 30s with a few flurries here and there. Here's our weather impact 7-day forecast. So notice by Wednesday, we're going to be back into the middle 40s, but it'll be a brief warm up before we do notice a little bit more sunshine. End of the week and a slight chance for some light showers on Saturday.